Imagine waking up at 3:47 a.m., drenched in sweat, not because of a nightmare, but because Bitcoin just dropped 8% while you were dreaming about Lambo rentals. You reach for your phone, hands shaking, heart racing. This isn't investing. This is a panic attack with a blockchain. Your eyes burn from the screen brightness as red numbers flash ominously. You refresh compulsively, hoping it's just a glitch, but each refresh brings another wave of nausea. You start mentally calculating your losses, your dreams of early retirement shattering faster than a meme coin crash. Suddenly, your mind races through every poor decision that led you here. Every YouTube video titled Top 5 Altcoins to Buy Now. Every bullish tweet from anonymous accounts promising financial freedom. You hear the echoing voices of crypto influencers urging you to buy the dip, their words now feeling like twisted mockery. You sit up, breathing heavily. The room spins slightly, illuminated only by the harsh, bluish glow of your phone. This scenario isn't new. It's become your normal. Sleep is elusive, anxiety constant, and every buzz of your phone triggers a spike of adrenaline, a relentless Pavlovian response. You glance nervously at the chart again. It's not just numbers anymore. It's your mortgage, your kids' college fund, your mental health. The weight of your financial choices feels suffocating. You once believed crypto was your ticket out of the rat race, but now it feels like a never-ending hamster wheel, spinning faster with each market plunge. Memories flash back. The excitement of your first crypto purchase, the thrill of seeing your portfolio double overnight, and the devastating spiral as profits turned to staggering losses. Friends warned you, family members pleaded, but you dismissed them all, convinced you knew something they didn't. You bought into the crypto dream, convinced that one day you'd be lounging on a yacht rather than hyperventilating in bed. But reality has caught up, cold and brutal. Now every downturn is an existential crisis. Every tweet from Elon Musk feels like a dagger poised above your portfolio. And every diamond hands meme taunts your hesitation to sell. Welcome to the dark, glitchy, pixelated corner of the internet, where dopamine, financial ruin, and Reddit threads form the holy trinity. It's where sleep schedules go to die, bank accounts suffer violent mood swings, and the term stablecoin is as reassuring as an inflatable lifeboat with a slow leak. Welcome to the life of someone addicted to crypto. Crypto was supposed to be liberation, the future, a new economic utopia. No more banks, no more fees, just decentralized, democratized digital money. You bought into the dream of financial freedom, where blockchain was the new promised land, and Bitcoin was your ticket to a yacht in Monaco. Initially, everything seemed promising. Influencers with slick haircuts and confident smiles assured you the revolution had arrived. Bitcoin was the new gold, Ethereum the new internet, and altcoins were the ticket to generational wealth. Your initial investments felt brilliant. You watched in amazement as numbers climbed steadily. The excitement was intoxicating, fueling visions of early retirement, exotic vacations, and infinite freedom. But then reality hit. Discord servers with names like Wen Moon flooded with emojis, rocket symbols, and nonsensical jargon. You were bombarded by YouTube thumbnails with exaggerated facial expressions, glowing arrows pointing nowhere, and hyperbolic titles promising massive gains. You couldn't escape TikToks from teenagers, confidently advising you to stake grocery money on obscure tokens, with names like Cumcoin, Dogelon Mars, and SafeMoon. Slowly, the lines between reality and delusion began to blur. The rational world became increasingly distant as crypto culture absorbed you. The optimism of early adopters gradually gave way to frenzied speculation and irrational exuberance. It became impossible to separate legitimate opportunities from outright scams. Yet, you consumed content indiscriminately. Endless podcasts, constant live streams, endless Twitter spaces, all preaching the imminent arrival of wealth. Crypto evangelists became your prophets, their words like scripture, delivered to the soundtrack of notification pings. Each alert triggered excitement, fear, or anxiety. Your social life deteriorated as you endlessly debated blockchain scalability, Layer 2 solutions, and gas fees with strangers online. Friends distanced themselves, confused and alarmed by your new obsession. Family grew deeply concerned, staging subtle interventions and questioning your judgment. Yet your belief remained unshakable. Crypto stopped being just an investment. It became your identity, your community, your purpose. You adopted its language, talking in acronyms and buzzwords that alienated anyone outside your digital sphere. Conversations with outsiders became tedious. They didn't understand, weren't enlightened like you. Every price fluctuation felt deeply personal. Every market dip was a betrayal. Every small rise was redemption. Your emotional state rose and fell with volatile crypto markets, turning your mental health into a roller coaster. And somewhere between the hopeful cries of "to the moon" and the despairing howls of "rugpull," crypto transitioned from revolutionary technology into an all-consuming lifestyle. Unstable, emotionally draining, and financially catastrophic. You became blind to red flags, rationalizing losses as tuition fees, convinced setbacks were merely stepping stones to becoming a seasoned investor. The reality set in slowly, but undeniably. You had entered a relentless cycle of hope, panic, and disappointment. Crypto promised freedom, but delivered chains. Digital ones, heavy and inescapable. It always starts innocently enough. A casual conversation, a passing remark. Your friend mentions casually doubling their money within a week. Initially skeptical, you roll your eyes and brush it off as beginner's luck. Yet, as their humble brag transforms into tangible results, a brand new Tesla parked conspicuously in their driveway, you can't help but feel the sharp sting of envy. Intrigued yet cautious, you download Coinbase, depositing a modest $100. Almost hesitantly, watching numbers fluctuate becomes your newfound pastime. Suddenly, a 4% uptick makes your heart race. You whisper quietly to yourself, "I'm a genius," convinced you've cracked some secret code hidden from the rest of humanity. This small success is exhilarating, intoxicating even, but quickly loses its charm. That initial excitement gives way to an insatiable craving for more. You become a regular on various Telegram groups, each promising exclusive insider tips and pre-launch access to groundbreaking projects. The deeper you dive, the more hours you waste, immersed in lengthy, dubious YouTube analyses from self-proclaimed crypto gurus. They always sport sunglasses indoors, hinting at insider knowledge while consistently missing market predictions. Your obsession rapidly spirals. Crypto trading consumes your nights and days, fueling an unending quest to chase every hyped-up trend. NFTs, DeFi protocols, metaverse tokens. Soon, tokenomics becomes your nightly reading, replacing books or television, as you convince yourself meticulous research guarantees success. Physical health declines in tandem with mental stability. Sleep becomes an optional luxury, as your diet shifts exclusively to caffeine-fueled nights and hastily ordered takeout. Each market movement, however slight, triggers disproportionate emotional highs and devastating lows, swinging from manic euphoria to crushing despair within moments. Crypto jargon seeps insidiously into your everyday speech. Terms like HODL, FUD, pump and dump roll off your tongue effortlessly, not realizing they're red flags in disguise. You delude yourself into believing you're now part of an exclusive, enlightened community, blind to the echo chambers perpetuating misinformation and blind optimism. What began as innocent curiosity swiftly morphs into reckless obsession, sending you deeper into a perilous rabbit hole. Rationality dissipates, replaced by impulsive decisions, driven solely by hype and fear of missing out. Your initial excitement and cautious skepticism dissolve completely, leaving behind only frantic, desperate energy and an insatiable hunger for validation and wealth, each elusive, each fleeting. Your daily screen time skyrockets, consuming nearly every waking hour. 13 hours becomes the new normal. Real currency quickly loses meaning, replaced entirely by arcane terms like market cap, gas fees, and tokenomics. You become fluent in the language of crypto, transforming your perception of everyday reality. Each day is no longer defined by traditional metrics like Monday or Thursday, but by market phases you've identified: pre-dump Tuesday, midweek pump Wednesday, and post-shill Friday. Social interactions deteriorate as your obsession deepens. Romantic relationships falter when dates are canceled abruptly because you need to monitor the candles. Friends grow distant as you obsessively steer every conversation back to blockchain innovations and crypto opportunities. Casual hangouts become rare, replaced by endless nights spent staring at screens, compulsively refreshing market apps. Family gatherings transform into contentious debates about decentralization, metaverse property rights, and staking rewards. Your passionate monologues about escaping the fiat system are met with blank stares and concerned glances from relatives who fail to comprehend your newfound financial ideology. Your family, worried and confused, stages a heartfelt intervention intended to pull you back to reality, but you entirely miss it. You're too engrossed in an Ask Me Anything session with a DeFi startup promising astronomical returns, provided you stake everything you've worked hard for. Trust evaporates. Skepticism towards traditional institutions escalates to outright paranoia. Starbucks becomes symbolic of financial oppression when they refuse Ethereum as payment. You find yourself embroiled in heated arguments with Uber drivers about the reliability of the Solana blockchain. Your perception of reality shifts so dramatically that you earnestly consider advising your grandmother to tokenize her pension, genuinely believing you're guiding her toward financial freedom and prosperity. In a desperate attempt to gain control, you even begin meditating, not for spiritual or mental peace, but to visualize and predict market trends. You become convinced the answers to financial enlightenment lie in the subconscious insights unlocked through deep meditation, visualizing crypto market fluctuations and hidden trends. Yet, even as you meticulously chart potential market moves and stake your mental health on vague predictions, your financial portfolio hemorrhages uncontrollably. The numbers bleed red, yet you stubbornly refuse to sell. Selling symbolizes weakness, capitulation to normie pressure. To surrender and cash out means acknowledging defeat, accepting a reality you've long dismissed. Holding on despite the chaos becomes an act of defiance. It's about identity, pride, and avoiding the shame associated with being branded weak hands. The idea of surrendering your crypto ideals feels akin to personal betrayal. Thus, your addiction deepens, your financial losses mount, and your grip on reality weakens. And as your bank accounts drain, relationships fracture, and mental health deteriorates. You cling tighter to the delusion that crypto's next big move is just around the corner, unwilling to acknowledge the destructive cycle you've become trapped within. Then comes the inevitable crash, the great dip, the financial Armageddon crypto enthusiasts swore would never happen. Overnight, your holdings lose 90% of their value. You sit paralyzed, eyes fixed on your dwindling portfolio, emotionless and numb. You begin desperately Googling absurd options, such as, what happens if I stake my kidney? Your cat innocently walks across your keyboard, inadvertently selling your last remaining altcoin, and you whisper bitterly, maybe he knew better all along. Bargaining sets in. You plead internally, if Bitcoin hits $30,000 again, I'll quit. I'll truly quit. You hit rock bottom. The ugly, untweetable side of crypto addiction that never makes it into motivational threads. Determined to break free, you uninstall the crypto apps and venture outside. You literally touch grass, feeling its strange and unfamiliar texture. For a fleeting moment, life feels normal again. But just as tranquility sets in, your phone buzzes, a direct message. Bro, check this new project. It's about to explode. Convincing yourself it's just innocent curiosity. You watch one video, then another. Your fingers move unconsciously, reopening MetaMask. Before you know it, you're minting NFTs you don't comprehend and aping into pre-sales with absurd names like Gigamoon Inu. The destructive cycle reignites. You promise yourself this time you'll be cautious, responsible, and less reckless. Yet deep down, you know you're lying.